Okay, good morning, everybody. This session is for panel discussion about the fleet renewal landscape and ship today or tomorrow. And thank you for attendance for this session to the other panelists. Thank you. So I introduce for this panelist. Okay, so from your side, Mr. Hiromu Abe, Director, Best Oasis. Okay, and next is Demetris Chrysostomou. Sorry, this is difficult. Okay, CEO, Engineer Region, the Columbia Sea Group. It's okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the next is Torben Kölln, Managing Director, Leonhardt and Blumberg, Shipmanagement. It's okay?
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Thank you.
Morning.
And the last one, and Edvin Endresen, and the CEO of Solvang ASA.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm Makoto from ABS Japan. And I'm moderator at this session. Thank you. Okay. Shall we start panel discussion? Okay. And this is first discussion and question. Okay. For the business model, and I think you will consider to renewal and expansion of the existing fleets. Okay, so in the light of the markets currently or in the future, what ship type you will target or for the forecast and grow up? How do you think? It's please. It's I think I ask all of you. Okay, from this side, Abe-san, please.
Good morning. This is Hiromu Abe. Firstly, thank you for giving this opportunity, Mr. Nicholas and everyone. I'm from Best Oasis, which is the head office in Dubai. We have, first let me introduce what is our company. We are Best Oasis Group. We are mainly doing a three-section business. The one is ship recycling yard in India as Priya Brew. This company is the largest company in India as recycling yard. We have 510 meter seafront. This means we can dismantle the vessel 8 VLCC in the same time. That is the largest recycling yard in India. The second business is a cash buying business. What is this business is we are purchasing the old vessel for the demolition, as is various in the world. So especially I'm looking at the Japanese market, then bring to Bangladesh and India mainly. The third one is a ship owning business. We have a different entity which we call SPM Shipping. We have now 30 vessels now. Also we have various vessels, capesize bulker, MR, small tanker, and offshore vessels. And then for fleet renewal, mainly we are looking at more than 15 years old vessel, which Japanese owner want to sell due to the depreciation matter. And then what is our strong point is we can see the ship's residual risk as a scrap. So we are calculating from the purchase price. Then how many years we can reduce the price to the demolition value. To be honest, we don't have the target. I mean, which kind of the vessel? For example, I want to buy tanker. I want to buy bulker. To be honest, I don't have. But if there is opportunity which we can buy the vessel, then we want to buy to increase our fleet. Is it okay?
It's okay. Okay. So next, please, Demetris.
Good morning, all. Thank you to Nicholas and Capital Link for the opportunity to speak on the panel today. I represent Columbia Group, but at the same time, Columbia Group also belongs to a larger group, which is a Shell Holdings Group, which is also a ship-owning company. We're owning about 65 vessels at the moment, and Columbia Group is managing about 450 vessels. So I will approach the question more from the owning side, from what our owning company has been doing. We have started with a fleet renewal in 2021, starting with the container feeder vessels. We've been building 1,900 and 2,700 TEU container vessels. The reason for this type, we have our own dedicated container feeder pool in Hamburg, which we operate the vessels on period time charters. And of course, that's an investment we make to phase out the previous feeder vessels we had built early 2000s. Second is heavy lift multi-purpose vessels. So we have ordered 8 heavy lift multi-purpose vessels. 6 have been delivered, 2 still to be delivered. Reason for that being is our holding company is also the owner and operator of heavy lift vessels under the company of AAL, 4th largest heavy lift multi-purpose group in the world. So that's the reason for that investment. Again, there is somehow phase out, but also to add capacity to the existing fleet. And then we've also ordered MR tankers. Again, this is more an investment place where we don't operate these vessels ourselves. We manage them, but we place these in specific, well-selected pools. And again, these are more from an investment point of view and a return. And then we've also entered a new sector for our group, and that is in the offshore. So we are currently building 4 CC SOVs. These are construction, commissioning, service or operating vessels, which are deployed mainly on the offshore wind farms. So that's a sector which we believe there's a future. So that's a new venture for our group. We've always been involved in the traditional shipping side of things. So that's part of an exciting new development for us. So that's pretty much our fleet renewal and, let's say, addition to sectors we haven't looked at before.
Thank you. Thank you. So next to Torben.
Yeah, konnichiwa, good morning, guten Tag. I'm representing Leonhardt and Blumberg. It's a Hamburg-based shipping company. We are an owner. We currently own about 32 vessels. We used to be, in the last 2 decades, a traditional container feeder owner, but we started to invest 3 years ago into product tankers. And very recently, this year, we also started to invest into short sea MPP vessels, short sea for the Northern European trades. And while we are doing that, we started looking also, of course, into decarbonizing our fleet. On the container feeders, we do the natural things which you can do, energy-saving devices, changing bulbous bows, propellers, silicone painting, this kind of stuff. On the new building side, on the tankers and the short sea MPV, and I will tell more about it later on, we are also looking into more modern stuff. We have 6 new buildings, MRs, on order in China. These are IMO 2, MR2 new buildings. And we have 5 more short sea MPVs on order in China and in India. And there we are also looking into diesel electric propulsion, for example, because we believe that to be part of the future. And more to come later today.
Thank you. So, Edvin?
Yes, thank you. Good morning. So Solvang is a Norwegian gas carrier company, and we have no intention of moving out of the gas sector. We are in LPG, ammonia, ethane, and ethylene. All of those segments are really showing good growth opportunities at the moment. LPG as an energy carrier, for sure, but also into the petrochemical industry. I think everybody knows about ammonia. We are one of the larger transporters of ammonia, but that's all gray ammonia, of course, for the fertilizing industry. But in a few years down the line, there may be significantly more ammonia to carry, more the blue and possibly even some green. but that's certainly a big opportunity for us. We have 7 new builds on the way, VLGCs, and our fleet is in total 27 vessels. So I guess we'll come back to more the specifics afterwards. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I understand for the it sound for the you don't challenge for the new type, but keep and expand to the for the existing type or same type and familiar type to the for your renewal of the fleet. It's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So the next questions. Okay. For the you're planning a new construction vessel into your fleets. So I think for the you have to consider that for the compliance with for the new requirement for the decarbonization and the IMO and the EU. So it's how do you consider, for example, for the applying for the new fuels and the ammonia and the methanol biofuel, or providing for the energy efficiency devices for the wind propulsion system, or air lubrications for the any other electric device. For how do you think? So please ask the Torben. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Oba-san. Well, we believe, and what I mentioned to you, that we are working in different business environments in different segments, and each of the different segments needs a different answer to that decarbonization process. When it comes on the short sea MPV, we look into diesel-electric propulsion system, potentially using electricity as part of our bunkers, so to say. At the same time, we try to reduce the efficiency, or we try to increase the efficiency of our vessels by using wind-assisted propulsion systems. We will install the first suction sails on our smaller MPVs by end of this year and early next year. And looking at this, the numbers do not really work out in a way that you can say the return on investment will be done within 3 or 5 years. It's more critical because you need to have a lot of wind. In the northern European part, we have a lot of wind, but still the calculation is a little different. So whether it pays back in 5 years or 10 years, to be honest, we don't know. It all depends on wind. And if there's no wind, it will not pay back at all. But the vessels are new buildings only delivered this year, so we have 25 years of gaining back our investment into the sales. So we convinced it will be paid back over time. That's an idea on the short sea MPV. On the MR tankers, it's a little different. They're trading worldwide. They're trading also in areas where there's no wind. So that's probably not the most obvious solution. So on these vessels, we've decided to make them as flexible as possible when it comes to future fuels. And in general, I would say flexibility for whatever you do in an investment is key in today's market. Our new buildings, they are methanol ready, which means that the main engine, we can buy a retrofit. We would do so maybe in the first dry docking in 5 or 6 years. But while we could do that, another option could be adding a carbon capture technology to our scrubber, which we have attached to it. The scrubber maker, they are working on carbon capture technology. And this might be the solution in 5 or 6 years when we go into first-class renewal. But saying all that, if we compare the new buildings compared to our existing product tankers in the market, they are already consuming only half of the consumption which we have today. So that's a key. Probably if you invest into state-of-the-art propulsion systems, you would already have a much higher efficiency. On containers, to be honest, it felt for us a little more difficult in our existing fleet. So that's why what I said earlier, we try to make them even more efficient with the new bulbous propeller, silicon painting, smaller energy devices. This is what you can do, I think, easily. All these gentlemen, they have done all the same experiences. We call it low-hanging fruits. On even older types, and we call them our teenagers in our fleet, these 15, 17, 18 years old ships, it is difficult. And there we would rather start to sell the vessels into the secondary market instead of really to invest too much into new technologies. So depending on the different market, you will have a different solution. And yeah, that's my answer to it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so how about Edvin? So any other thoughts
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's a huge question in a way, and I'm not sure we have the time to go through everything, but I think it's clear for us that there's not going to be one solution fits all. I mean, shipping, the only common thing is that they have a propeller in a way. What's right for one segment is not going to be right for another. What's right for a ferry is not going to be right for a deep sea vessel. So for us, I think energy-saving devices, efficiency gains, hull design, all of these things have made huge improvements. Over the last 20 years or so, I think we have reduced our fuel per ton delivered by 50% or so. The only problem is that in the same period, the global fleet has more than doubled, right? So we're not better off as an industry. But for our type of vessels, which is deep sea, typically US to Asia, crossing the Pacific, I think we have two ways to the future. It's either change to an alternative fuel, or we can use the fuel we have today and clean the exhaust instead. And we've come quite far with that. We started about 15 years ago, cleaning the exhaust route, and not because we don't believe in alternative fuel. As I said, the future will hold alternative fuels for sure, but the availability is the problem. And the fuel that we use today, heavy fuel oil or low sulfur or even diesel, it works really well. Yeah. It's available. And what we have today is we can clean our sulfur, we have water cleanings, we take out particles, heavy metals, soot, and we also have our own solution to handle NOx emissions by exhaust gas recirculation. And what we're left with is CO2. And 4-5 years ago, we started out to pilot for carbon capture, and it was installed on the first vessel earlier this year. So now we're operating a vessel that has even carbon capture. And the technology works. We've been over 90% capture. The target is 70-75%, and it really works. We have liquid CO2 in our deck tank, and it is technically working. There are two key issues though, right? Global emission regulation. If we can't get kind of benefit and be able to calculate this back home, nothing's going to happen. So we need global, predictable regulation. That's the thing. And obviously also we need infrastructure to get rid of the CO2. Right now there's a bit of catch and release, but we're also having discharge places in Northern Europe, US, there's places in China. So it's coming, but we need other segments, container and other to bring on board, because it's just going to be a few gas carriers. It's not going to go anywhere. But it's incredibly promising, and we have a solution today that can really bring us to zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
May I jump into it? It a little bit reminds me when we started working on the scrubbers and for the exhaust gas and the low sulfur. Like 10, 12 years ago, nobody was really believing whether this could take off. And today, I think half of the fleet is equipped with an exhaust gas scrubber, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good, thanks. Okay, understand. So for the old vessel and for your aged vessel, I think this is another big issue for the for new such an old vessel. You will have a headache to the compliance with decarbonization requirements. It's for the CII and the EU fuel EU. So this you have to pay the penalty in time. So okay, so it's how do you think for this such a compliance with requirement for such an old vessel? It's you can choose either scrap and replace with a new vessel, or for profit prolong this ship life by providing for such energy efficient device. It's a prolonged ship life. So which do you think is better for your beneficial for your fleets? It's Demetris.
Thank you. I mean, on my first answer, we've chosen fleet renewal rather than dealing with, let's say, the cost and the challenges that there would be with improving the efficiency of the older vessels. We've taken a pragmatic approach, and I think it's very much in line with what Torben and Edvin have said in their previous replies. We focused on what is doable and rather not on what is desirable in the future. We also firmly believe that fossil fuels will be part of the mix in the future. And so our approach has been to focus on the efficiencies that can be achieved today with today's technology. And we've seen with our fleet renewal, we see on the container feeder vessels with hull design, all the efficiency devices, investments that can be made, combined with smart, optimized management of the vessels. We see over 50% reduction in consumptions. So our focus has been really on what can be achieved with today's technology. Of course, there is a view on the future. So our new buildings are methanol ready. On the older vessels, we are rather phasing those out, selling those. There is the challenge of availability in the shipyards, of course, and of course the cost and the challenge that comes with retrofitting older tonnage. So we haven't taken that view. And we are quite conservative about the future, so we wait and see. I think we've taken the right steps in being prepared for still a very uncertain market. I mean, we've seen the postponement of the voting on the MEPC. So I think the approach we've taken, and I think it's very similar to what Torben and Edvin have also mentioned in their replies, I think that's the most logical approach to take in these circumstances, especially as a smaller to medium-sized ship owner. We will never be the first movers in the industry when it comes to new fuel technology and so on. So we take that approach from a business perspective.
Okay, thanks. Okay, how about Abe-san?
To be honest, it depends on the market. If the market, luckily, shipping market is keeping quite nice since after COVID. So what is the happening now for the scrap market is scrap market and shipping market is always moving as opposite. So it means if shipping market is good, scrap market is bad because no one wants to scrap, right? So to be honest, currently my business, recycling yard and the cash buyer business, still we are doing well, but not so well, to be honest. But if the market will go down, then of course the scrap market will go up. Depends on that, what I think. Also, as the other gentleman said, the mostly our fleet is more than 15 years old. So it's quite challenging to use a dual fuel engine, new fuel, such things. So we also doing PBCF, silicone paint, such additional device that is more efficiency so far. But we will see in the future. Also, we want to consider to use green steel from the scrapyard for new building vessel. That also one of the good solution for next generation's vessel. That's what we want to consider in the future.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so I understand there is several factors related to this compliance with decarbonization is cost and markets and shipyard slots. So anyhow. Okay, thanks. Okay, so move to the next question. So it's as you may know, so the MEPC extraordinary session second, it's held last week. So it's to discuss with IMO net zero carbon and global maritime decarbonization. So it's unfortunately for this committee was postponed for 1 year. So I think for you have no experience, have more influence for the consideration of the renewal and expansion of your fleet. Okay, so it's by the way, so the one question, it's do you think own or operate for net zero carbon vessel? It's please hands up, raise your hands for if you consider get the for zero carbon vessel, zero net carbon. Okay? No?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
please.
I think that's we have that on the water at the moment. If we blend in 10, 15, 20% biofuel, we have a net zero emission fuel vessel.
You have.
And so all our new builds are ready for this as well. But being one of the bigger players in the ammonia space as well, we certainly look at ammonia carrier could be among the first to actually use ammonia properly as a fuel as well. Being it, you can pull from the cargo. But it's not an easy fuel. It's very complicated. It's toxic. It doesn't have a good burn value. But it is one of the possibilities for the future, for sure.
For ammonia, so there's green ammonia or?
It has to be blue or green.
Blue ammonia.
Probably mostly blue, because green is even more expensive and you need abundance of renewable energy. And if you use renewable energy to produce green ammonia, you lose half the energy, which is a problem. So the main volumes will mainly be blue, at least in the beginning.
Okay, thanks. So let's move for the issue. It's
well, maybe when you asked me beforehand, and I answered to you that I'm only 50 years old, so I have many more years to work in the shipping industry. But saying so, working many more years in the shipping industry, it's also now I'm in charge to attract young talents to the company. And the whole discussion what we have about decarbonization and digitalization and using digitalization is super attractive for young talents. I find our industry one of the most attractive industries. So I'm very happy to be here today and working in this industry. But also telling the young people, if you join me and if you join Leonhardt and Blumberg or the industry, you really can do something on the decarbonization. And even though the net zero framework has been postponed by 1 year, we do have the FuelEU Maritime already existing in Europe. I'm pretty sure that other countries to follow now with more regional solutions, which is a little bit a pity. I would have preferred, like what you said, Edvin, earlier, to have a worldwide solution. But nonetheless, regional solutions are going to come. It's super attractive also for young people to join shipping and really to work on the net zero framework.
Thanks. Good. Okay, so let's move to the discussion issue from such a decarbonization to the digitalization and the ship management. It's one question. So now your fleet management, are you using for any digital platform with AI functions for the Demetris?
Yes. So under the Columbia Group, we've developed our own product under the brand of OneLink. So this is an integrated platform which covers emissions, safety, predictive maintenance, training, all under one umbrella. As I mentioned also in my previous replies, part of our goal of decarbonization is also efficient management of the fleet, and that's I think you can't underestimate the contribution that efficiency brings to decarbonization. So it's not just the technology, but it's also how you operate vessels using the data that's available. We have AI, of course, embedded in our system, and this is, of course, the future to improve also the data analytics and the decision-making that we make. Just to give a few examples of that, so we currently existing in our system is what we call fleet vision. We use visual data and AI to identify in real time dangerous practices that may exist on the bridge, in the engine room, on deck and during cargo operations. Also, we are using under the brand of Engine Link for predictive maintenance. And there again, we are using AI to be able to analyze data and to be given information on when things are expected to go wrong, when overhauls should be done, and certain machinery and items and parts replaced. We are, of course, this is only the beginning. We see quite a big role for AI in what we are doing. We see self-optimizing vessels in the future under the system that we are using. We are busy with that development at the moment, where vessels would be able to adjust their own speed, their routes, engine loads, and so on. Of course, with the supervision of the human element, that's part of that development. We are developing what we call My AI Assistant, and this will give the seafarers and also people ashore the ability to ask questions, and then with AI, of course, you get replies. So, just for instance, they could ask the question: why is consumption high? Is the risk? Is the route optimized? What is the upcoming maintenance? And these answers would be given by AI. So for us, a big part of what we do is definitely, we've made a lot of investment in technology. So a big part of what we do and a part of this decarbonization journey is the investment in technology and the use of technology. And we see, I mean, not only for our management and our fleet, but I think the industry will move to a phase where there's a lot more automation in performance optimization and decision making with the supervision of the human element in that process.
Okay, thanks. Okay, how about Abe-san, your company?
Yeah, for our fleet, now we are using third-party managers, and then there is each systems for safe operation, and of course there is some good point, and also some not bad, but the point which we can improve more. So now we are also focusing to set up our own ship manager under our name. Then we want to develop our platform for such things, especially now India is so quickly to move IT device, AI, such technologies. As a Japanese, I also have to follow up to catch up. That is my answer so far. But I don't want to do that to set up the platform, then to increase the job for the crew. Then it may be increase the human error. The AI solution, technology should be support to reduce such human job. Then it may be reduce that troubles. So that I so.
Okay, so AI function is very beneficial for your companies. Okay. So the last questions it's in the future. Will you consider to own the smart vessel and autonomous vessel? How do you think for the Edvin?
Well, it seems like the more technology we put on board, the more people we have to put on board at the moment, because all the systems are getting more complicated. I mean, the engineering team has been growing for the last couple of years. I think where technology at the end of the day can help us is, yes, they can probably reduce people somewhat, but for deep sea shipping particularly, again, it'll be different from segment to segment. But we're spending 330, 340 days per year sailing. And that's when you do the maintenance. If you were going to do that only in port, it would fall apart. So I think autonomous vessels is a long way, for deep sea shipping, is a long, long way off, if ever. Because the key job of the seafarer is to do maintenance and fix problems. But it will help their processes, it will make life better, and it'll make machinery run smoother for sure. But for other segments, totally different, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the Torben? Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And we all touched the human element. And we need to see and understand that AI is only a tool, and IT is only a tool. And if you do have a human element who is not able to use the IT or the tools, then you have troubles, right? So I fully appreciate what Edvin is saying. Our crews are also doing daily maintenance on board of our ships all the time. And having an AI chatbot where you can ask questions to get the answer, it's nice. But if you have a crew not even being able to answer or to make the right question, you will not get the right answer. So it's really training of our crews and also our shore personnel.
Okay. So we need to train for the worker. Okay. So next, Demetris, you have?
Yes, I mean, I think we're all pretty much in agreement. Autonomous shipping, yes, it will come in the future. It will come for certain segments where it makes sense. For deep sea, I think it's a long way off. Will it ever come? Probably it will. Maybe not while I'm working, but I think it would come, I guess, at some point. Like I said, we focus on what we say smart shipping, and that's using technology to do better what we do and to help the seafarers on board the ships and the staff in the offices to have tools to their ability to make a better job and to make better decisions. But I think in our sector, if we just took it personally from our company, I think we're more in going towards automation of processes of what we're doing in operations, rather than autonomous shipping, where we're not in that sector and we are far way off from that.
Okay, understand. Thanks. And Abe-san, you have any other thoughts? Yeah, for these issues. It's for legal issue or any other?
I'm also thinking some human need to be kept on board to avoid the issues. Of course, zero human vessel, that is sounds very nice, but may happen some trouble. Also, especially when the trouble is happening, I understand mostly to court, or then each countryside also need to make something regulation for smooth the berthing, for smooth custom clearance things. That also I think we have to consider for such futures.
Okay, thanks. I think so. At first, for such a smart vessel and autonomous vessel. You mentioned that for the training to the crew and the worker. So at first, many more workers to be on board to operate for the smart vessel. How do you think? No? It's an increase for the crew or the worker?
Well, automation won't increase people, but the more technology we put on board increases the need for competence and also a number of people so far. But certain automation will for sure help. Will make things easier. We'll get control of our rest and work hours and that type of thing. But eventually, yes, there may be some reduction in people, but it's a bit far off.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thanks so much for this session. It should be finished. Okay. So I believe, and we could have a good and fruitful discussion. It's okay. So shall we close and finish for this session? Thank you so much. どうもありがとうございました。